What was that entrance?
Perfect timing.
Perfect time. Good fucking morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of Proof of Person. Happy fucking Tuesday. Today we have the team of Hamiverse today with us, Martin, Tam, and Ben. I think he will be with us in a minute. But as our main guest for episode 39, so excited for today's show. So much to talk about. Lots of updates. How are you guys doing today? Thank you for taking the time.
Awesome. How are you guys doing?
Incredible. Winter is finally over, it seems. Sunny days. The NFTs are back. We have green across the board. It's a great time to be alive. It feels different on the timeline.
Yeah, bro. It feels different everywhere. Yeah, the energy. I live in England, so it's moving into spring now, and I was actually just closing my window because I had my window open, sucking in that fresh breeze and that little bit of sunlight that we finally get.
It's that pollen as well from a couple of flowers that are starting to rise. I love to see it. But
Exactly.
Tam, how's it going? How are you doing as well? How's everything?
Good, really good. As my team was saying, we have a little bit of sun in the UK, so I'm just looking out the window, enjoying the little vitamin D that we're getting.
Finally.
Good
Yeah,
time.
so we're moving into a very exciting time for the Hamiverse. Next week on Monday, we're launching our Hamiverse Invitational, which is our closed beta. So right now the team is working extremely hard this week, putting all the final pieces of the puzzle into place, making sure the game is ready and stable, making sure we've been revamping our user experience, onboarding experience, and making sure the community team is ready, making sure that the BD team has all the numbers and wallets sorted and it's all integrated into the game such that users can have an incredible experience from day one.
Man, super excited. Yeah, April 13, the big day, only 1,000 players for the Invitational, exclusive communities. We're going to talk all about it today, the game's lore, how everything works out in the game, the advantages, the strategy, the lore, obviously. So let's get started. If you guys don't mind, if you want to do a super quick TLDR of who you guys are and your background, and then we get everything into Hamiverse and the whole thing.
Yeah, awesome. So the Hamiverse was conceptualized as a response to the trends that we were seeing in the entertainment ecosystem, which was deeply concerning to us. When you look at social media, for example, it's all optimized for relentless and scrolling and instant gratification, which is now scientifically proven to numb your mind and rot your brain. Also, all that you can consume more ads, right? And if you look at, for example, same thing across Netflix and all these streaming platforms where it's about binge watching and getting them to the next episode. And even on the gaming side of the equation, it's gone from being fun, competitive games to being pay to win. And we grew up on these really immersive worlds like Harry Potter, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, and so much more. We look around the entertainment ecosystem now, and it's really hard to find any new immersive entertainment worlds like the ones that we discussed before that have that depth that from a lore perspective, from a strategy perspective, from a meaning perspective, you could finally find your place within it. It gives you something in return. What we focus on through entertainment is giving users back something in return. If they consume our products, whether it be our novel, our comics, our TCG, etc., it should uplift, educate, motivate, inspire, and at least make you a better version of yourself in some form or fashion. So we take extreme pride and care and diligence in making sure that our products fulfill these criteria before they're released to the public. So we put a lot of thought and effort into this TCG, conceptualizing the entire thing to match the entire lore of the world that Tam created, to make sure that the strengths and weaknesses, abilities, etc. of these characters represent who they truly are from their backstory, from their lore, from the novel, from the comic, and also fits into our factions and fits into the greater purpose that we're trying to achieve. So while you guys might just see some cool visuals, there's a lot more behind the scenes to unpack, and that's what I'm excited to get into today.
Man, I love the energy. I really miss this. For everyone's reference, this is the second time that we have the Hamiverse on the show, and we love it. One of the best shows that we had before, and I'm sure this one is going to be as well. Love the energy, love the passion, and we've seen it on everything you guys are building. Ben, welcome to the show as well. So glad you could make it. And yeah, super exciting. I mean, so much to go through. That conceptualization.
So I just want to make a comment and say that if you're about to launch your beta in a week and your head of gaming isn't looking like how Ben is looking right now, then you're not working hard enough, right? So if that is any representation of the level of detail that we go into in order to create a good experience, it's written on his face. Like that's all I can say.
This is me on a good day, guys. Me on a good day.
I was just gonna say he couldn't be happier, especially to be here. But yeah, no,
God,
that
despite what Martin is saying, I mean, everyone in the gaming side of the team, they're working from morning to night. I've even seen someone working like, throughout the day, right? 24/7. But we are all super excited with what we're building right now. There was a big jump between what we had, let's say, 2 months ago, 1 month ago, to what we're going to have next week. So I'm personally super excited, not as a developer, but as a gamer, I'm super excited for what's coming up. So I'm just super hyped.
Yeah, no, so excited as well to talk about everything. Before we get into it, big shout out to everyone that is here early: Will Gato, Ryan, Merev, Takagi, everyone in the comments. We're gonna keep 10 beta codes throughout the stream to the best questions. So if you want to start shooting those on the chat, we can get through them as we go. And yeah, stick around. It's gonna be a great show. Like, comment, retweet as always on the stream, and you get a better chances to win those codes. But yeah, before we get into the game real quick, I noticed you guys changed your logo. Not the hammy, smirky, confident look into the side way that you had for a while. This is more premium, more towards the gaming. Like, can you tell a little bit of the lore behind it, the TLDR? Because I saw you in Discord still the hammy, look into the side, smirky, confident way. But on Instagram and on Twitter, you changed to these new logos.
Yeah, so we're in the process of doing a significant rebrand and upgrade across all our customer touch points, and we're in the process of revamping everything. So yes, we need to update our Discord, but the logo is just the first of everything to come, right? There's a new XP cards which are launching today, and we're going to be we're actually launching our Hamiverse XP card tool, where you could come onto our site and you get a state-of-the-art experience, which you could use these really highly detailed and tier 1 animations that we have produced around the Hamiverse as your XP card. And every single week we're going to be updating new animations for our community to use. So on OpenSea, we just got our verification, and we're in the process of doing an animation, a new banner as well. So every single place that you're going to see, we're launching a new gaming website this week as well, in time for the Hamiverse closed beta. So every single thing that we're doing right now is towards becoming a premium IP. And this is just the first piece of the puzzle. Obviously, the logo has a very important part in representing who we are across everything. And, time to go into this took us 4 months to do, and it took us over 700 iterations to do. And we actually have the proof of these 700 iterations, and it's actually closer to 800. But anyway, we are perfectionists, and we wanted to create something that was going to represent the Hamiverse for the next few years, right? And we had a lot of different directions. We had, I think, over 100 artists. So we are very community driven, right? So we had over 100 artists give us their designs that they feel the Hamiverse should be. And how we got to that 700, 800 numbers, because each of these 100 plus artists, did multiple iterations. So we then had to narrow it down to ones that we love, but then we had different perspectives. We're different. We live in different regions of the world with different, genders, with different. I'm more of a millennial. Tam is more of a Gen Z, etc. We want to target towards Gen Alpha. What does that sort of look like for us? We wanted to maintain the complexity. We wanted to show that we're multiple characters, we're actual world, moving towards like things like Marvel and Universal and DC Comics, etc., as opposed to just being a cute hamster, right? So it was a purpose move away from that to something more sophisticated. And then obviously we have our logo, which is a chestahedron, which is the shape of your heart, and that is the pulse of life, your heart. So we wanted to put that into the logo. In a very clever way. We use sacred geometry in every single thing that we do. And we wanted to put that sacred geometry symbol, which represents the Hamiverse, into our logo as well, which fulfills the A and the V. And obviously that became a very difficult thing to do as well, and et cetera, et cetera. So I'll turn it over to Tam to talk about the creative genius that brought us here.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, as Martin was saying, it took us months to actually land on this. So there are a lot of revisions going back and forth. How can we take this to the next level, and so on and so forth. But I think the constant factor that we always wanted was the pendant that Martin was talking about. So I'm calling it a pendant because not only is it just a sacred geometry element, but we also use it throughout our lore. So it's actually a very important diamond that is present throughout the storyline and drives the storyline forward. So everything down to the lettering, down to the symbol being present, down to the lighting of that you see along the symbol, all of that is intentional to kind of play into what the Hamiverse looks like and feels like, if that makes sense.
Incredible. Yeah, you guys put a lot of focus on the animations and the whole experience and like being as perfect as possible. I remember the reveal of the NFTs experience was one of a kind, and so many videos on the timeline as well showcasing that. So kudos to every detail and everything that you do. There's a lot of behind the scenes that people might not notice, but I mean 700 to then come to this, it makes sense, and it's incredible. Tam as well, do you want to? I mean, you have bunch of videos on Discord and on Twitter talking about the lore, the characters, personality, the creation of the whole storyline, and then we can get into what the game is. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, we started off this character deep dive series with the purpose of kind of giving the people a bit more of an understanding into how complex the Hamiverse actually is. Because obviously, as Baghdad and Mateen have been saying, the TCG is very much so in line with the characters and the canon plotline, but it actually goes so much deeper. So we wanted to kind of give the community that introduction, that kind of deep dive through these long form series. So we talk in these videos, I talk about the character design, the symbolism behind each character, their backstory in the actual plot, whether it's stuff that the community knew before or I'm spoiling things accidentally.
Alpha.
But people have resonated with them and they respond really well to them. And so that's been one of the successful kind of series that we have done. And, people love understanding just how relatable all of these characters are, because we do talk a lot about these really important themes and they also resonate within the game as well. I mean, if we really think about it, the TCG in itself goes hand in hand with one of the main themes in the plotline, which is the community aspect of it. To play the TCG itself, you have a deck of cards. It's not just a regular game, and you have multiple characters that you have to choose and form a team. And that's one of the main themes in the Hamiverse plotline as well. So you see, we go like really, really deep into all of these things that we do.
Yeah, no, I love it, and it's so much detail, and I'm sure the community really appreciates it. And this, how deep you go into lore, like it builds a bond into the personality and the identity that a person can connect with a certain character. I saw you guys Instagram on the rapid questions that Ben hates Simba, but Mateen loves Hami, the main character. But like, did you all have your own favorite character? Every person connects with a different one. But yeah, it's just part of the whole thing, right?
I think he hated Silas.
Oh, Silas, yeah, I know. I think Simba was his favorite. My bad. I'm sorry, man. I got it twisted.
No worries.
But yeah, again, that connection, that identity, and that personality bonding with who you are and who you will want to be, and what the hamster wheel also represents, that you guys put a lot of focus on, right? But let's get into the game. I believe
before we jump into that, I think it's important to just, as you mentioned, we're while we are TCG, we are entertainment IP, right? And what we have started to do is proliferate our IP across Web2 socials. And you just mentioned about seeing something on Instagram. This month in Q2 and beyond, one of our major focuses is proliferating our IP across Web2 socials. And we've also started a Giphy revamp where we have hired Phil, who was previously at Bearish, who took Bearish to 1 billion plus Giphy views. We have hired him to come in at the Hamiverse and take our Giphy views to the next level. So it took us over 6 months to get from 0 to 10 million, and it took us 24 hours to go from 10 million to 15 million.
What?
Yeah, right? So insane stuff. So I posted this when we were at 1.3 on that day. And in fact, you can see here on the 4th, it says 277,000. Yep. You know what we finished at on that day? 4 point something million.
Man, you should have updated the Discord.
I should have.
this is the last one I saw. So I'm like, all right, this is all I have.
Parabolic, bro. It's would be in the top right corner of your screen right now.
With more reason, you should have updated that. Like, send it to your mom and your grandma. Like, look what we've done.
I'm in the process of but
Nice.
when I hit that 100 million number mark, I'll be sure to share it out.
Nice. But yeah, the IP proliferations, I was very excited to see you guys on Instagram and expanding to socials. I'm sure other people are as well. And that expansion to Web 2, not only Web 3, right? And I saw you guys added 50 new gifts, which is incredible. I saw it more of a chibi character, a little bit different to the past gifts that you were having, more bullish, more Matrix, more cyberpunk. And now it's more, I guess, relatable to be shareable everywhere in WhatsApp, no? And Web 2.
So there's a purpose drive towards understanding each social objective. And while for the TCG, we're optimizing towards complexity of characters. For Giphy, we're optimizing towards cuteness of characters. So we're in the process of experimenting with some character variation design. And this is what hit us. Two of the gifts that we uploaded went truly viral and got into the millions of views within 24 hours, right? So maybe this is more in line with what Web 2 wants to see. And we're in the process of experimenting. This is not the finalized character. We're going to be experimenting with some variations of the character to see what resonates well. But with the stats that this has achieved, it's going to be hard to beat.
Yeah, no, I mean, when I was looking with yesterday's post, I was looking for some gifts to reply to you and to Mareb. The first games that played out were like the sad ones. I don't know if those are very relatable nowadays, and that's why people need to escape the hamster wheel. But I had to add keywords like excited, happiness, success to then change the whole narrative of the gifts that I was getting. But I guess those are what the people want.
That's why the Hammiverse is needed, right? If that's it in a nutshell, exactly. in an Easter egg.
Yeah, the Happy Easter one was really good as well from a few days ago. But yeah, like the game went live February 14, so almost 2 months now. That's when the first testers and the first players started to give it a go. You have April 13 coming up with the closed beta, 1,000 players exclusively. How's everything been? I mean, if you want to start with the TLDR and then we get into the details. Ben, I don't know if you want to take this over or whoever wants to. But yeah, let us know everything about the game. You had 30,000 people in month 1, which is huge.
No, 30,000 games played in month 1.
Oh, games. Yeah, my bad.
To Genesis holders right now. But I think we've crossed over 50,000 games now.
50,000, nice. Yeah, TLDR about the game, and then we get into more detail. Whoever wants to give it a go. Obviously, TCG, 5 against 5. Do you need NFTs, like to hold NFTs to get an advantage? Will anyone be able to play on the closed beta? Like just the whole thing. Ben, do you wanna go for it? Oh God. Okay, never mind. Right, you're still having issues with the connection, I guess. There we
go. Perfect timing.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry guys, my connection is not that good. I'm getting some sort of delays over here, and sometimes I don't hear you guys. So I have to refresh. What was the last question? Reminder.
I mean, we're gonna go talk everything about the game. So if you want to TLDR it on a high level for people to understand a little bit more about it, and then we dive deep into the details as well as we go.
TLDR high level. Hammiverse TCG is a highly competitive trading card game similar to Hearthstone, Legends of Runeterra, and but with a touch of role-play game where you can customize your cards, you can customize the abilities, you can reskin the cards. I think you mentioned if these units are NFTs. Yes, all of the units will be NFTs once we launch on chain. But at the moment, in the closed beta, we're having players will be playing with these cards as they gain them through loot boxes, through doing missions, through rewards, playing games, etc. And really excited with what we're cooking up in terms of the new features that we're coming up with in perks and abilities and the faction wars, which we will get to in just a minute. So yeah, really excited for what's coming.
I've seen you guys have done like tournaments, competitions every other week. You have rewards like $500, $500. Do you have 5,000 for the closed beta rewards. Is it normally one person winning? Is it normally a few of them? How many people are participating per tournament?
Well,
Yeah.
the thing is similar to any other competitive game that I've been involved with. If it's Valorant, if it's Dota, if it's League of Legends, etc., there's always king of the tournaments. There's always a couple of people winning. At this moment, I think in the last month that we've been running the weekly competition, there's been around 5 people always on the top of the leaderboard because they're spending 10 hours, 12 hours gaming per day. And I was actually having this conversation with the developers that we need to increase the difficulty for these players significantly because it's just getting out of control with how good they are at the game. And I believe once we launch the PvP mode, they're gonna be more advanced in the game than I will be. So it's really interesting to see who wins in that competition. But we have adjusted the dynamic difficulty in the game, so it's easier to learn the game for new players, but it's going to be extremely challenging for the top players to keep winning, and they have to keep advancing the strategies and the decks in order to be able to win.
Yeah.
So Ben, how many loot credits for a win?
It starts with 120, but it gradually goes up if you have more consecutive wins. So if you have more wins in a row, it will go up to 160, will go up to 200, 260, etc. And similar
So
thing
yeah,
with
so those are 3-digit numbers, right? Just to put it into perspective. And I think our number one player just hit a million loot credits, right? So you only get 120 for a win, and this guy just hit 1 million, right, in 7 weeks. So just to put it into perspective of the type of sticky product and traction and replayability that we've been receiving so far.
Yeah, let's remind ourselves that we launched the alpha for the Genesis holders for the purpose of testing the game with the community, with the Genesis holders, with the intention of getting feedback from them, live feedback from them, and taking those feedbacks and immediately action those feedbacks. And so far, putting the amount of hours that these players have put in, the amount of valuable feedback that they give us on a daily basis, I see that as winning for the game.
1 million credits, insane. If you're getting 3 figures per game played, have you considered? I think you have a very robust, a very solid foundation within the team. Have you considered integrating any of the addicted community members into the team, or in a feedback advisor,
so
or
we
something?
created the player committee. So our best performing players, as well as our people who are giving the best feedback within the community, as well as eventually next phase is going to be selected guild members or selected TCG experts to enter that player committee as well. And that player committee, they have direct access to Ben in Discord and a private chat. They have direct access to our devs. We're actually in the process of implementing a tool now where called Feature Base, where basically the suggestions from Discord actually go directly to our ClickUp, which is where our devs use. And then once those suggestions and feedback goes into our pipeline of production and then completion, it automatically notifies the person in Discord who suggested the feedback in the first place. So we're all about feedback. We're all about adopting a lean startup methodology, which is creating a minimal viable product, pushing it out there, and then taking things to the next level gradually with feedback and with qualitative and quantitative data.
Nice. Are these experts or this committee getting rewarded as well with credits, with XP or something else after the closed beta? Are their numbers, leaderboards, gonna be how do you say, like, taken over or not?
Yeah, so in order to keep the competitive integrity high, we try not to mix the rewards outside of the gameplay with what's impacting the leaderboard itself. But we have series of badges and cosmetics and limited collections, etc., that will go towards all the contributors, not just the inner circle, but just our community in general, our gamers in general. There will be things that they can do outside of the game, inside of the game, which relate to them earning these badges, which these badges will grant them different types of rewards.
Nice. And you guys have also the leaderboard for daily. Well, this is per games played and the credits that you were talking about, right? But you also have the daily missions for people to. I believe I don't know what the terminology is, but it's like a little diamond, like a shard. There's a lot of people that a lot of activities that people can be doing daily to accumulate more rewards, right? Can you share more about that?
Yes. Yeah, so I mean, look, every good game is designed not to be just play in order to earn points in order to go to the leaderboard. We need to tailor it to every sort of player that we have. If we have a player that it's grinding every single game in order to rack up points, great. But then we have players who play with precision, that they want to win as many games as they can in order to get those multipliers for the consecutive wins. And then we're going to have players who will be focusing on the missions, on the unlockables, on doing certain tasks inside of the game. For example, playing with a certain card or winning with a certain card that is usually like what we call underpowered cards, or winning with a certain selection of cards in order to gain points. So you can rank up points inside of the game in different styles as suits you.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it goes into strategy and building your deck. Can you share more about for everyone how to build your deck? If you're fighting Liberators, should you choose Liberators or Ethereans? Like, I don't know if Tam you want to chip in on the lore of the characters or anything like that, or just Ben take it over. But yeah, just more on the deck and the how it involves and affects choosing the right character or
So
using
I-
strategy correct. Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to say firstly that before we jump into this, I think that we need to understand the systematic approach to game development that we're taking, right? So I mentioned earlier, we built for 6 months, then we pushed out our first product. We did a free mint. We got our early community to iterate and improve with us. We took the best of our early community, made them into the player committee, and give them even more streamlined feedback. During this alpha season, we made the game stable and we made the game fun. Right now, we're moving into beta. We're expanding that to 1,000 players, such that we could get more qualitative and quantitative data, make the game even more fun and make the game even more sticky before we go on chain, and before we do a full launch. But it's important to understand that the second layer, after you get the core game mechanic right, which is what we've been focused on in alpha, the next step is the gamification aspect of it. And the gamification aspect of it comes through these missions, for example. So there's always a new way to win, and there's always points for new ways to win, right? So what we've been doing, and Ben could talk about this because it's really clever, is using missions to teach people how to play. So after you finish the tutorial, because what we had to do is understand that one of the major pain points for TCG is that it is very complex. So how could we make it very easy for someone to enter and understand, but make it the depth of complexity to be forever? Like it's an open well with the lore, it's an open well in terms of the depth of the gameplay and strategies, etc. So that's how it's designed to be, like a very easy door to open, but a super long tunnel to never be able to complete, right? But part of that is retention, and part of that is ever evolving meta and always finding new ways to win. So, for example, if this person has played and got 1 million points, and I can't remember the exact number of games that he's played, but obviously it's in the thousands, right? So what is his reason to keep coming back? If his reason to keep coming back is there's new cards in the game, there's new ways to win, there's new ways to get points, etc. There's streaks to be had, and this is where the gamification comes in for retention, but also allowing us very cleverly, which is what Ben has strategized, to use these missions to, after the tutorial, you get the basic understanding of the game, but then these missions help to teach you strategies very subconsciously and subtly, because it's telling you, hey, if you do this mission today, you're going to get these points. But that is using AI to basically customize what mission you should get on your day, depending on your gameplay, where you are at in your stage of understanding the game, etc. So that is a very clever and strategic tool that we're working on right now.
Yeah. And just on the point that Martin made on our leaderboard, with 1 million points, etc. I think one of the main reasons he's coming back, he wants to remain the king of Hammerverse at the moment. So I think that's the main reason. But yeah, as Martin said, there's a lot of clever things that goes into game. And I mean, I've grew up with games, I've worked on games before. And one of the challenges with any game, and this is a topic, a topic of its own, but one of the main challenges is, how do you get players into the game, make them learn the game while it's fun, but at the same time, don't have them stationed in terms of skill and experience. Every single day that they come into the game, every single match that they play, every action they do in the game, it needs to be with an intention that they're learning something new, they're experiencing something new, and their skill is increasing every single day. And that skill doesn't have to be in terms of just solely gameplay. That skill doesn't have to be calculated with how many leaderboard points they get, but it could be in terms of how many cards they collect, what cards they collect, how they share their deck with other players, even to the point how they're experiencing the game in terms of sharing content about the game, how they're participating in tournaments and community, etc. There always has to be something for the players to learn in the game and advance in the game.
Yeah, no, that's incredible that you guys are thinking literally of everything. And I mean, TCG is such a hot narrative, has been forever, but now it feels like it's growing a lot as well with Pokemon, and I mean, Hammerverse is very well positioned for that and expanding. There's a lot of people that are want to start collecting, want to start to learning to play the TCG, and you have a very frictionless onboarding, so that's super important for everyone to have that opportunity and then dive deep into the lore and everything else that you guys are building and to experience in the game.
Well, whenever you guys want, we can build a deck together and play a game together if you guys up for it.
Like right now or later? What do you mean?
Sure, right now. I mean,
if you want to share your screen, yeah, go for it.
Sure. Okay. How do I share my screen? There we go.
There's an option on the bottom, and I'll just switch the screens when you have it displayed here. But then you were gonna say something.
I do have to drop off in a couple of minutes. My daughter is sick, so I have to go. I have an appointment. So Ben obviously is gonna walk you guys through the game, and Tam could walk you guys through the lore. Obviously, what I do want to say is just a reminder to everybody that we're giving away 10 spots. Drop your questions in the comments, and we will select the 10 best questions, reach out to you, and secure your spot for Monday's tournament. Where we have this $5,000 prize pool, right? So for us, what we take pride on is doing things the right way every step of the way. I think that a lot of projects rush things or never deliver, right? It's sort of either or. But what we try to do is ensure that we do things the right way every step of the way. It may not be the conventional way, but it's the right way. It may not be the over promise and under deliver, promise to move mountains with your game sort of style. It is us relentlessly grinding, looking at the data, looking at information, listening to feedback, and creating product market fit that way. We will take over the timeline, but we will take over the timeline when the game is sticky, right? And when we could actually put it on chain and people could own their assets, etc. Right now is not the time for marketing attention. Now is the time for game development and creating a sticky product that is going to last cycles and going to last years. We want to be the next Pokemon. We want to be the Pokemon of the Gen Alpha and Gen Z era, right? We want to have a 30-year plus life cycle. And the only way to do that is to do things right. So while, people in Web3 might focus on, all of these sort of vanity metrics, or might focus on, just a lot of hype and a lot of try to farm attention, we're trying to do things the right way. And over time, our quality is going to stand out above everything else. And that could be seen, whether it be through the meticulous nature in which we create our logos or websites or our characters, our cards, or even the way we build our game. So for us, we take pride in quality. And over time, that quality is going to be very visible, and it's going to resonate with people, and it's going to help us to stand out from our competition.
Love it, man. Couldn't have said it better. And yeah, like you said in the last time you were here as well, building with purpose, you being the target audience for your products, and yeah, just the top of the quality products and everything you're shipping. Thank you for being here. Yeah, sorry that you cannot stay longer, but yeah, we continue with Tam and Ben.
Yeah, I know. I gave Ben a very incredible intro there. So just understand that internally we believe that we haven't even completed 30% of the game, right? So what he's going to show you is just our roadmap. We've only been building for 8 months. We conceptualized this TCG, in October of last year, right? So we went from conception to firstly deciding what game we were going to build, what chain we were going to build on, conceptualizing the TCG, creating all of these characters, creating the gameplay mechanics, going into development, pushing out a alpha, and now pushing out a beta, all in less than a year. Incredible work, right? But there's so much more to come, right? We still have PvP to come. We still have abilities to come. We still have all these tournaments to come. We still have a lot of missions, etc. to come. Yeah, so this is just our roadmap into Q2, essentially. So we're moving on the 13th into our Hamiverse Invitational, which is our closed beta on the 13th, and then that's going to run for a month. After that, we're in the process of doing stabilizing our PvP right now. Our first test PvP match took place last week, and once it's stable after the Hamiverse Invitational, we're going to run in 2 tournaments. The first, the Alpha Season tournament for the top 32 people from the Alpha Season, and then the Hamiverse Invitational tournament, which is the top 64 from the Hamiverse Invitational, and that's going to be the launch of our PvP. And then after that, we're going to go on chain, where we take all of this data, all this information, iterate and improve the game, and finally give a polished experience to our users where they could finally own these incredible pieces of art and characters, and keep it for themselves, trade it, collect it. It's theirs, it's on chain, it's theirs forever. We have to understand that the best TCG, the best game for Web3 for blockchain is a TCG in terms of natural meshing of these worlds, in terms of ownership of assets, and each card being an NFT, being on chain, the user actually owning it, verifiable scarcity, in terms of you could actually know that if you have a one-on-one, it's actually one-on-one, and the CEO of Pokemon doesn't have another one in his in his glass cabinet somewhere, while still telling you that you have the only one, right? So I'm not saying that that's what happened, but that's what could happen when you're not on chain, right? So there's a plethora of benefits, and we're utilizing the best of Web 2 and the best of Web 3 to create this truly immersive product that over time is only going to become better and better, and eventually be strong enough to take on the likes of Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! And the rest of Web 2, which is our ultimate goal in 2027. So I got to shoot. I'll turn it over to Ben to take you guys away.
Awesome, man. Thank you so much. So excited for Monday. Awesome. Ben, are you sharing your screen already, right? Well, we can see us.
I think I lost you. I can't hear you. Let me do another restart.
Oh, really? Incredible. This is going to keep happening. Tam, okay, he's back.
I lost you for a sec. Yeah, I mean, look, as Martin said, a typical TCG or a typical game that is challenging AAA games takes years to build, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, and a typical TCG in terms of quality that matches Hearthstone, Legends of Runeterra, the timeline is around 4 years, 5 years. And this is what we're aiming for. We want to be the Hearthstone, we want to be Legends of Runeterra in terms of quality of animations, in terms of quality of movements of the cards and explosions and balancing, etc. of those type of games. And we have a long, beautiful road ahead of us. But we decided to build this game with the community. And it's been an extremely good experience so far. Every time that we patch in something, that they're always commenting, oh, there's a new thing coming on. Perhaps you can change it this way, but yeah, you can change the value. And we actually do. Some of the major changes that we made in the game, like we had to decide if we should, for example, remove manual shield mechanic on the heroes, on the legends, or we should keep them. And this was a difficult choice to do in terms of gameplay, but we go with what the players like the most, and that's the amazing feedback that the community gives us. But let's go through the game.
Yes. You were sharing your screen, but after you left, and we lost it. So if you want to try that again.
Yeah. As Martin said, we are still developing the game. Majority of the visual effects to show the quality of the game, it's not implemented yet. We are still in the process of designing. It's been designed by a amazing VFX artist on the team. So what you will see in Legends of Runeterra with all the explosions, animations, etc., you will see it in the Hammiverse TCG. But let's go through the foundations of the game for now. But so disclaimer, I told the devs to give me some points so I can build a better deck so I don't lose the game against AI, because AI is a little bit too difficult for me because we had to go through testing. But let's build a deck together.
Let's do it.
And
is it better to build with Liberators and Ethereum, or you cannot even mix them?
Which cards should we put in the game? Should we go with Simba, Tammy?
Yeah, Simba
is a must.
It seems like I can't hear you guys again.
Oh, damn it.
Oh.
Can you hear us better or no? Damn it. Maybe it's his Wi-Fi. He might just try it with your data with mobile.
I think you're having really bad service.
How's that now?
Yeah, I'm really having a bad service. They're doing electric work on my house, so I have to be in the lounge at the moment using my hotspot.
It is a hotspot. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
We thought it was Wi-Fi. You want to try again with sharing your screen?
Yeah, connection seems to be fine, but I lose. I can see you guys, but I cannot hear you. But let's try again. Testing.
Yes. Here we go.
No.
Simba.
Well, I can't hear you guys, but I can go through the game.
Yeah,
so the way the deck building is made right now, you cannot have a duplicate card in your deck. But let's go through.
I was gonna ask that, you can just get a bunch of Caligo's army.
I want Kale because he has very good stats, very balanced stats. He has 6 energy, which I can play him mid game. Very strong and balanced attack and HP. Let's go with Halo because Halo has for only 4 energy cards. She has a 5 HP stats, which is very tanky, very good. It will be very useful for early game. One of the strongest and most OP overpowered cards in the game is Iron Pulse Soldiers at the moment, because you can play it on the first round, but it has very strong stats, very balanced and very strong stats.
It does look OP.
Another tanky.
Wait, is that new? I don't think I've seen that in the
Scrambler.
NFTs.
Again, you can play
that
on
was
the
not
first.
part of the Genesis plan.
I can now I can hear you guys.
Okay, nice.
I heard Tammy
I've never seen the trolls, the native, the data.
Now, one of the strongest cards over here, balanced 5 energy, 5 attack, 5 HP with Kira.
I cannot see Caligo, Ben. Where's Caligo and the Sentinel? Those are my 2 favorites.
Are they?
Caligo and Sentinel, top 2. Then Ace and Kale.
Oh, so the Liberator gang.
Yeah, I just noticed that before the stream. Holy shit.
So I'm hoping to go with the Liberator gang, mostly Liberators, because there's a perk inside of the game that Liberators get +1 HP. So hopefully I get that card and go with a defensive playstyle. But if I get that, if I don't, that was a bad choice. So I have, how many epic cards I have? I have 1, 2, 3 epic cards that I can use. I would go with Alistair because he's extremely tanky. So because I'm going with a defensive playstyle, hopefully I get the Liberator's perk.
If he doesn't pick Silas, we're gonna have a problem here.
Sorry guys, if I'm speaking on
no, it's okay,
on top of you, is because I don't hear you. So
it's fine.
You're good.
Commenting on the side.
Raz, one of my favorite characters. Let's go with Troll Army, and let's go with one more. I'll go with this one. So, guys, on Monday, the whole deck setup will be changed. We're changing the layout in order to make it better for user experience, just enhance it a little bit more. Before we go to any other pages, let's jump into a game.
Let's do it.
Sorry for the bad connection. It usually loads much faster. What cards did I get? There we go. I got the card. I got the perk that I wanted. I guess I'm lucky over here.
Finish him.
I got the perk that Liberty cards get +1 HP when played, but at the same time, I believe the opponent, the AI opponent at the moment, their Aetherian cards gets a +1 attack. Before my timer runs out, let's see what they have. So, okay, this is a strong one. My opponent can, when they play this ability, they can negate my attack, but I don't see it coming until it's activated. And my ability is one-time use. I can heal all of my units +1 HP. But let's play a card over here. Let's go with my tank. So at the moment, as you saw, I get +1 HP, and he cannot hit me. But let's play another card. Over there. Let's give a shield.
Ben, you can turn off the music if there is.
Because I can't hear you guys.
Is there music, Tam, on the background?
You can explain about the backstory of Elendor, because it's one of my favorites. And we got Caligo over here.
Caligo, let's fucking go.
So let me start off with Elendor. So Elendor is like this. So the thing about the Hammy-verse, it started off with just Hammy, a very simple kind of character. But over time, we expanded it so much that we now know the origin of the Hammy-verse, essentially. And we have like ancient deities. And one of those ancient deities is Elendor. Now, Elendor has a very complicated kind of plot or character arc where he's not only a god, but he's also somehow present in the present plot line, which has not yet been revealed who he is. So I'm gonna hold back on that.
Yeah, what? No, please continue. This is the alpha.
No spoilers?
No spoilers.
Yeah, all of it.
I've been reprimanded multiple times in our Discord group chat, so. But Caligo is a really good one as well.
Love Caligo.
So Caligo is actually very good for players who like to play with strategies, because she has very good, very strong abilities that can negate shielding in the game. So shielding is one of the core mechanics, just to go through it before my time runs out. Every unit that you have on the board equals one shield on your hero. And similar to the game of the year from 2025, Expedition 33, it's similar to that. But because the opponent has no units on the field, I can actually now attack the enemy hero. And also I can shield one of my units every round. And Caligo can negate those shields. Her damage shields cannot stop it, basically.
Nice. What's the lore on Caligo? I saw that clip of that they experimented on, and she comes back stronger. Yeah, just trying to rebel against the Aryans. Sorry.
With Caligo, it's a whole thing. I don't think I can break it down in a very
TLDR if you can.
But she's been with another one of our characters, Hickory, since day one. That's where they met, in the Ethereum Experiment Center. They're both experimented on, but they have different origin stories. But essentially, they developed this really kind of personal, brotherly-like bond. And so when Caligo went through the most, traumatic experiment yet, which is what made her lose her vision, Hickory, being as much of a genius as he is, devised their escape plan. In that escape plan, Hickory lost his leg and Caligo carried him all the way to the underground hub. And from then on, Caligo completely changed and rewired the underground into becoming the safe haven that Hammy walks into later down the line. So,
Wow. No, you definitely need to tell the whole story now. I cannot do the TLDR only. That's crazy.
Guys, I'm not sure if you can see, but I am not winning this game, it seems.
Oh
it's
man.
okay.
Man, one job. You had to show everyone how to do it. You're the
So the opponent has really good cards on the field, but I have to take out at least 2 of them this round. Otherwise, it's going to be very difficult for me. And one of them could be shielded, and the shield will only be visible to me if I if I interact with it. So I can't hit this one because my card will die, as you guys can see. So I have to go with. Let's hope this is not shielded, which it wasn't. Okay, great. I can attack her, but I have a feeling she will be shielded. So let's go with this one. I was wrong. Okay, it's
That's
fine.
silent.
That's Silas. I'm telling, I hate Silas. He's very tanky
now
and,
more.
just manipulates the game so much.
What
I
did you
should have
let?
gone with taking crypto out, but
You said you really like Silas because it's very fun to write
let's
about because
see.
she's very disruptive.
Okay, now
what was the
he has
word?
4 shields on his hero. There's no way that I can attack. And all right. So round 6, you will get instead of just 1 card in your deck, you will get from your deck, you will get 2. But because my hand was already full, because I didn't play my cards right, one of the cards will be burnt. So for now, let's play my tank over here, the epic card of Kyle. And I can use him to actually take out majority of the opponent cards. So let's go with take out Data Rats if he's not shielded, which he wasn't. And let's take out Crypto because she has +4. She wasn't shielded. Now, if I don't shield my card over here, Silas can take it out. And I don't want a common card of my opponent to take out an epic card of mine. So I have to shield it. Let's hope he doesn't take out any of my cards. I am counting of Kyle to win the game for me. But AI just played another epic card over here. So that makes it a little bit more challenging. It's a close game. Let's see. I can play my epic card and I can't play. I shouldn't have done that. I should have played these 2 instead. That was my mistake.
Oh man.
So let's.
He's so chill though.
go
I love that.
with-
He's like, they're gonna completely destroy me, but
I'm
fine,
losing
it's
this,
okay.
but-
Yeah. I'm gonna lose my house after this game, but
What are you losing, Tammy?
What?
What are you losing?
No, we were joking that you're very calm as you're losing.
yeah.
Well, I'm hoping I can come back, but the thing is, in order to come, because I have a very defensive play style, I have to drag it out to round 20, and I think we're just gonna run out of time over here. That's the problem.
Yeah. We're gonna be here the whole day. But you have a good winning rate in
Guys,
general,
don't forget, I still have a perk to play, which heals all of my units. But now I can. Now I think I'm going to win. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to attack her epic card because she has a HP of 7. There's no way I can take her out. So let's attack the hero. There you go. But I'm not sure if you guys can hear me if I disconnected.
We can hear you. Well,
Well,
Wow. Okay.
He'll be back in a sec.
Yeah, I
Ben,
had to.
yeah, we can hear you all the time.
I know you could hear me, but I couldn't hear you guys, and I wasn't
Oh.
sure if you guys wanted me to stop or keep going.
Just blindly going. No, that's fine.
I really want to win this game, guys. So just be patient with me. It's 19 health versus 16 health, and
If you're about to finish it, share your screen again. We want to see the ending.
all right, let me see if I can win the game. I think I can win the game.
Definitely, yeah. Share your screen again.
You have to now.
We need the resolution. Here we go. We're live.
If the opponent doesn't play a legendary card, I think I can win the game. Okay, well, I got 2 epic cards, which means I am definitely going to win the game now. But let's take out the opponent's strongest cards. Which one to do? I have no idea. Let's go over here. Let's take this guy out.
Could you get ace with the Pudgy on your deck, or that's off limits?
We can, but I haven't found him in a loot box yet. So,
but it's out there. Like for
it's out there.
Okay, cool. That was the main question. What's the lore behind that, Tam? Like, why only 101 and that this is the only 101 and it's the ace with the Pudgy? I saw that was bought for 1 ETH. That was crazy as well.
Yeah, it was a 101. And we also had a backstory crafted for Ace and Pudgy and how their bond started out, which is, again, really interesting. I think it was from the collab itself, from that standpoint, it was very obvious that Ace was going to be the one to be accompanied by Pudgy, just because Ace is very much so this kind of guy that is like, the Spider-Man kind of archetype.
Yeah, friendly neighborhood.
Yeah. He's very funny, quite sassy a little bit. Very unserious, quite chaotic. So we thought the most chaotic duo that we could get would be Ace and Pudgy. And that's how that started out.
So cool. Last time Martin was here, I think you guys posted about integrating other IPs, and there was one graphic that you had with Bearish. Is that still probably happening after the closed beta, like integrating other IPs from Abstract or other chains, or is on pause because all focus is on the game right now?
I think my dad can answer that question because I'm very busy on some other things that are not yet announced.
So
they're the alpha.
I can only hear Tammy. So Tammy has to tell me what the question is.
So lucky. Yeah, just integrating other IPs.
So he was asking about integrating other IPs, so like Bearish, or if that's going to be on hold after the public. But, I can't believe that.
We have a lot of collabs coming on with their own cards, with their own characters, etc. And guys, I won the game finally.
Yes.
Let's go.
Let's go.
I had to focus too much on winning that game.
That's awesome.
Let me close my screen share so I can at least hear you guys properly. Testing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. See, now I can hear both of you. Yeah.
Let's
so
go.
we have a lot of cool collabs coming to the game, but I believe we're going to release them once we go on chain. So the fans of those collabs can actually find these cards through our loot boxes and our reward systems, etc., which we're designing, and win with the cards. But it's not just going to be that. What we're designing is similar to what we have with the faction wars or guild wars, that the game is going to detect which card is, or at least from the collab side, which card is winning the most. So there can be some sort of competition between all the collabs and projects that we have. If it's Bearish, Fox, Tolan, Kena Sapiens, etc. Let's see which cards are winning the most games for their players. So that will be interesting.
Kena Sapiens, yeah, we saw Meta and a few others here today in the comments. Big shout out as well to them. Sorry.
I don't know how much time we have, but I don't see the chat for any questions. But if anyone has any questions, shoot my way, I'm happy to answer.
Yes. I mean, we can start summarizing on anything that we missed or that you guys want to add. Or, I mean, another reminder as well, obviously, about the closed beta happening next Monday. What do people need to do? Is it only joining Discord, opening a ticket, like just a step by step for people to be aware, apart from the 10 codes that we're giving today?
Yeah, 100%. So for all of the information that you need, join our Discord. Myself and on all of the Hamiverse are there to help you with all the information, answering all of your questions. The invitational, I believe it's private, so it will be mostly for, as I said, the give outs, the collabs that we have, and invites from our alpha users, the Genesis holders, etc. We are giving out a bunch of whitelists to guild members and guild communities in order to see which guild is going to be the king of Hammerverse TCG for the next phase. But for full information, join our Discord and our X.
Perfect. For there's I think abstract pairs for as well for platinum and diamond wallets get priority access. Do they just need to share proof in the Discord that they have that rank XP on abstract, or for anyone listening?
I believe yes. So join through a Discord, reach out to us, and one of our mods will walk you through it. And if, as I said again, if they have any questions, they can reach out on Discord.
Awesome. Yeah, I saw you guys shared as well. This, Bearish, Kind of Sapiens, Fox, even though they're now on ETH, Ruyui,
We're
Murimar.
collecting the Avengers over here.
Yeah, literally. The mainly abstract ones, yeah. I saw a question as well in the chat. Do the character cards have any innate abilities? Well, I mean, that's going to take us 3 hours to reply to. If the beta stage starts on the 13th, how many weeks is it going to run for? I believe Martin said a month.
Yeah, it's going to run for a month, but we're adding a lot of features during that phase. What you see at the moment is as Martin said, is just 20-30% of what is has been published to the game at the moment. We're adding a lot more cards, a lot more perks and abilities. We're adding features, more missions, more dynamic missions. We're adding the PvP, but the PvP is not just a lazy work PvP. You can actually either play against other players in a queue, or you can invite your friends, create a group to play against each other. In fact, you can even invite a third person to stream that PvP without fog of war. But with delay. In case you want to stream competitions, which we will do. We will have alpha competition, the alpha tournament, and then we will have the beta tournament straight after that with PvP. So, the game, it won't be just who plays the most, who gains the most points. Besides all the abilities that you can gain points with, we'll be testing people's strategies and the way they adapt in every game, depending on which abilities they get, which perks and power moments they get. They'll be facing off each other in the alpha and beta tournament, which I'm looking forward to.
Is it going to be at random or like based on rank, I assume? Because if someone just started tomorrow and then they go to against that 1 million credit guy, like, I mean, do we know how horrible that's going to end?
Yeah. No, so it will be based on the leaderboard standing. So the first place will play. We're still finishing the design, but the best practice is a double elimination in order to give the players a second chance to win or second chance to go through the final. But we are finalizing all of these things with our inner circle, discussing with them what is the best ways to do it at the moment. But as it stands, it's going to be based on leaderboard ranking. So if you want to have a better shot at getting to the semifinals or the finals, you have to play better and win more games in a leaderboard.
Just do better.
Just do better.
Nice.
But it's not just that. The thing is, I believe the reason why the top 3, top 4, top 5 players are actually top 5. Especially with the new changes that is coming up, they don't just click play at every single match. after every single match, after every card they get, they actually analyze their deck. They check which cards they're having, what strategy they want to go with. For example, we're having a bunch of abilities coming to the game. They're not going to go to the next game without any information. They're going to study what those abilities do, what strategies they want. They study what are the highest probability of getting those abilities, if it's the shield, if it's the attack, etc. Then adjust their cards based on that.
That's so interesting, and one of the questions that I wanted to ask about as well, like can you watch the replays? Can you watch where you made the mistake, like your game, and like watching film on sports? Like you just go through the record of I fucked up here, I should have played this one. That obviously helps you make you better and improve in every sense, right? And just the idea of it, I don't know how difficult it is to create, but like replays or spectator mode, and that obviously leads to more clips. That would be like I just won by playing this instead of what the other player expected. That'll be huge.
Yeah, so for sure we're going to have spectator mode when PvP comes on, but we're not going to be recording every single game for the player, just like the way League of Legends does, because it just takes a lot of
data
load
storage.
it takes a lot of storage. However, what we're working on is a logging system where inside of the match you can see which cards, which abilities, which actions were taken at which points. So every time there's an action happening, there will be an icon with details on the side of the game.
Yeah, nice.
And then you can extract this, and we are developing something that I spoke about on a Spaces last week, I believe, or was it earlier this week? I don't quite remember. In how we are including AI in our game, which I'm super excited for. One way that I suggest every single game to try to implement is AI will be used, as Metin said, to dynamically track your progression and your skill in the game, and give you guides and give you missions that will improve you based on what you're not doing right. If you're not shielding the right units, if you're not playing the right units, it will detect this and give you missions to help you make those right decisions. But at the same time, this AI companion, one thing, you can customize it. You can change the skin of this AI. You can add your name to it, etc. But at the same time, it will be tracking all of your gameplay and give you a summary of what you have done, what you're doing wrong, what you're doing right, etc., in order to give you an easier learning curve.
AI and it's secretly bent on the back, like you fucked up here, you should have done this. you could have won like this. No, I love it.
In fact, I was sweating winning this game, so I have a lot to learn.
No, man, you nailed it. But yeah, so much. You're thinking of everything and beyond. Like so much respect for you guys. Anything you guys want to leave the audience with? Any last comments, reminders, something to be extra bullish? Obviously, the closed beta.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I want to thank everyone in the Hammerverse, especially the devs who have been working super hard on this, and our community. As I said, is the alpha, the Genesis holders, the people who have been with us since alpha, the people who have been playing the game, giving us the data that we need to improve the game. So a big shout out to everyone. We had people who've been suggesting change, even names of characters, how the characters should look, abilities, etc. So all of the feedback you guys have been giving, big shout out. Thank you so much. But keep coming. We are going into a phase that is as important as alpha was. Beta is the final boss before the release. So we have a lot of deliverables. We're adding a lot of features to the game. We're adding a lot of fun features that will enhance your game experience, the strategies and decision makings you want to do. Next step after that is gamifying the game a little bit with the reward systems, reward loops, to give back something to the community as they play. So every game they play, they can realize there's something to earn from the game in terms of cards and points, etc. And yeah, give us as much feedback as you can. We're still developing the game. We're developing the game as gamers, for the gamers. And feel free to ask me as many questions as you want from me and Tam, and we will always answer.
Incredible. Tam, from you?
I just want to say thank you to the community, as Begda has said. Genuinely, none of this would have been we would have never gotten here without all of the overwhelming support we've gotten so far. Obviously, keep playing the game, keep pushing Ben to do more and more and more.
To sleep less.
And also, soon we're also going to be launching our physicals, so our comics and our books and merch, and a lot of really exciting things are coming out. They're in the pipeline. But play the game and, let's take it to the next level.
One thing I can say, if this on what Tam said regarding the figures, the comics, etc. I'm a big comic book fan. So what Tammy has done is extremely super fun to read. So we will be adding some missions in the game that if you answer the right questions in the comics, you will get points. So don't forget about that one.
Nice. Yeah. And as Martin was said last time that he was here, like, build for your target audience, be your target audience. Like, you guys really enjoy, and you can clearly see that you love what you do. And you were very present and building in public and with the community and with the feedback, and just growing together and building together, which is so much respect in a space that most teams lack. That huge shout out to you guys. Keep building. And yeah, thank you for being here. It's been an incredible show. Thank you for everyone that was here in the comments as well. Meta, Dave, Marev, Takagi, so many of you guys that I cannot mention, but hope you enjoy the show. The show we'll do some clips after this, and yeah, we'll be distributing the codes as well to some of lucky ones of you that retweeted, asked questions, and everything. Thank you again, Ben, Tam, and Martin that is not here, but yeah, it's been a great show. Enjoy the rest of your day, and yeah, we'll see you guys on the next one.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.